Rudro yatte dakshinang mukham te namang pahi nityam. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. O Lord, lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness to light. Lead us from death to immortality, and evermore shine in our hearts with your resplendent face. Om peace, peace, peace be unto us all. So we are on the study of our Nectar of Supreme Knowledge, Yoga Vasishtha Sara, the conversation between Vasishtha Dev and Ramachandra ji. Ramachandra is the student and teacher is Vasishtha, and putting about the question about supreme truth. And we have come to the last part of this Yoga Vasishtha Sara, written by Swami, not written, the explanations written by Swami, what is this? Swami Dhireshananda Maharaj. And we are reading that book, translated recently. So we are on the verse number 13 today, on page number 319. The chapter is the state of emptiness and non-emptiness. In the Vedanta philosophy, that is a state which is called Shunna Ashunna Bada. A state, Bada means philosophy. It is not disputation, but it is one approach of the truth. So when the truth is decided to be found out, what is the truth? Truth is, can you define it? If you can define it, then it becomes limited. If you say you cannot define it, then it is void. So this is a great puzzle. So that chapter is the present chapter. It's very high-pitched Vedanta, as I say, high-pitched Vedanta. Because here the ultimate truth is experienced, but no one can say what is that truth. You cannot say it is full, it cannot say it is empty. You cannot say it is, you cannot say it is not. That's why Buddha's response was there. Is God there? Then Buddha said, did I say so? Is there no God? Like, did I say so? So if this type of response is very difficult to understand. Only the people of experience can get a glimpse of it. So this is the chapter. It looks like exactly Buddhism we are talking about. That's why Buddhism does not, it may be explained by the scholars or teachers of that tradition, but we have to understand what they mean by that word which is Shunna, or it is void. What is that means? The word has several meanings. One word has several slants of understanding. So similarly, this, we need not have to get puzzled in the jugglery of the words, but we should have to understand the truth. So we read the 12th verse. It says that apara vistara sambit salila balganai, as a calm ocean, vast ocean. Paravar means the shore, shoreless. You cannot find any shore this side. That sambit, that consciousness, ocean alone is perceived while observing the restless water. So seeing that, what the agitation, say ocean without agitation, and it is shoreless, beginningless, endless, expanded and widespread, shoreless water. It is the same ocean. But when it ripples, you see the waves. So as the calm ocean alone is perceived while observing the restless water. You are watching the ripples. Is it anything other than the calm ocean which was there? Is something added with it or something taken away of it? Please focus on this particular point. They are giving the example. Suppose only the ocean is there and there is no ripple. You can say this ocean is there, which I do not know where it starts, where it ends. Now, when it ripples, many waves and ripples and forms of bubbles, etc. come, then if one says, are you seeing the ocean? Or you are seeing the waves? Are they different from the ocean? Or same as ocean? This is the question. So the ultimate truth is the same. I see in the wavy form. I see in the form of pebble. It is the same peaceful ocean now in action. And that has created this form, all the forms. In this world of duality, everything is name and form. That's why Upanishad says, Nama Rupam Mrittika Itteva Sattam. Everything created by this earth or the clay is only name and form. But it is clay only. You are seeing nothing but clay. So see, you are touching Brahman only. This is also Brahman, this is also Brahman. The ocean is the same. But you are giving a name because you are seeing on the surface of it and focusing as if one wave is independent something, this wave is independent something, this has a support, and they are all the interaction going on. Is it something other than ocean water? Just focus your concentration and meditation and reflection, Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, on this point. Just imagine an ocean of calm, serene ocean as a calm ocean alone, that is perceived while you are observing the restless water of the ocean. In the similar way, in the agitation of the expanded and widespread, shoreless water of knowledge, it is the ocean of knowledge, Satchidananda, ocean of bliss, ocean of peace, ocean of harmony. That same ocean, is it something else? There is no other, because it is only one truth. There is no parallel to compete. There is no duality. But you see through duality, then you are separating, this is separate from this is separate. And you don't see the foundation which this thing sprung from. Tajjalan iti, that's the Upanishad is very clear giving an instruction that this whole universe has come out of that. Tatja, the universe, the waves and ripples and bubbles and huge waves, tsunamis, all are nothing but the ocean. Tatja, it has come from Tat, that reality, that's Satchidananda. And this ocean, tsunami is nothing but the ocean. Tat alone. And the wave is standing upon what? On the same ocean platform. Part of the water standing on the ground of the ocean is water, water, water. Consciousness, consciousness, consciousness. It is bliss, bliss, bliss. Satchit Ananda. And that is only in the name and form. But touching the name and form, are you not touching the ocean? Is there anything else but ocean there? Truth is so simple, but so difficult to comprehend. Because our mind is so complicated, it does not understand this simple formula. Just imagine this example given by the great, says Vasishtha here. Chid eko arnavo eko vayam. That only one. What is that? Chit eko. It is all consciousness. Ocean of water, H2O. It is ocean of consciousness. And it permeates everywhere. The sun, moon, stars, galaxies, whatever you call planets, Milky Way, whatever you are seeing, this tiny microbe to the highest expanded form of the stars and galaxies. It's nothing, only little wave, little ripple, but it's all on the ocean of consciousness. You are seeing ocean of consciousness. You are touching ocean of consciousness. You are talking to ocean of consciousness. It is nothing but only one wave. So that's why, as the calm ocean alone is perceived, let us feel, I perceive Brahman. That's why Brahmarpanam, Brahmahavi, Brahmagnau, Brahmanahutam, Brahmaiva tena gantavyam, Brahma karma samadhina. So everything is Brahman. And all activity we do, Brahma karma, it is not my karma, your karma. It is Brahma karma. Brahma karma samadhina. So this is the same idea given. There is nothing but Satchidananda Brahman. So with your all transactions, everyday's actions, working, anger, frustration, love, hate, whatever is going on, is only happening in that consciousness only, conscious waves of different waves only. And one meditate on this truth and see that oneness. The goal of spiritual life is to reach this oneness. If one can reach this oneness, then everything is done. And that is been given this way, that the soulless ocean of knowledge, the one non-dual self of the ocean of consciousness alone exists in its own real self. There is nothing but that self. This individual wave, it is ocean. Why do you say it is name? Why are you giving a name of each wave? But in our, what you call, in our day-to-day living, without name, we cannot function. Without form, if I say form, form must be corroborated with the name, and name must corroborate with the form. Otherwise, our transactional universe will not function. Our conventional, it's called the conventional world, no? In which we interact, eat, sleep, talk, smile, cry, weep, all these tensions, anxieties, everything goes on. It is only in the transactional world. And in this transactional world, though ignorantly we are crying, weeping, smiling, joy, but it is nothing but that conscious ocean. It is only consciousness, only consciousness. I am touching that, I am holding that, I am interacting with that, I am breathing in that, I am sleeping in that. So it is nothing but that. So this is Vedanta. What else? Some and substance of Vedanta is this. If one can feel this, constantly analyzing. Here there is no question of meditation. This is meditation. This is the Vedantic way of meditation. Sravana, Manana and Nididhyasana. Listening, what we listen, we read this is our listening. Then you go on. You are walking, doing the think. Is it so? Is it so? Is it so? And if it is not, then what else? Just, it is to shine the brain. It is called the buddhi shuddhi, the purification of our understanding, intellect. Shuddha, it should be polished, sharpened. That will be giving the concept. Ramakrishna said, Shuddha buddhi and Shuddha man and Shuddha atma are same, one and same. So, whole spiritual life is called Shuddhikaran, purification. Not you have to purify Atman, not you have to purify Brahman, not you have to go to run to find Brahman into the cave of Himalayas. It can happen here, just now. Only when the mind needs to be corrected and purified. That's why Bhakya Sudha, Shankara probably, it says that the ocean water is like the waves of the creation. The expansion of imaginary names and forms on Brahman, which is of the nature of existence, consciousness and bliss, is like the foam and so forth in the ocean. That is called the creation. Then what is creation? Creation is nothing but the same water taking the foam form, ripple form, wave form. And that's why Ramakrishna said another way, Shakti and Shaktiman. There's power and he who holds the power. They are all same. If you have a special skill, suppose you are a philosopher or you are a scientist, your scientific skill and you, it cannot be, oh, the scientific skill, you keep it here, out of that, and you are standing here. You cannot separate out. Wherever you are, your skill is there, but whether it gets manifested or unmanifest, that is the difference. So when it manifests, you call world. You call this creation. When it is not manifest, it remains in its own serene state. That's why Chondi also says, what is that? When the dissolution, this dissolution, total dissolution, temporary dissolution, all these things are. But when dissolution happens, what happens? Ma, oh Ma, you remain only. Why is it that song we are reading where? Oh Mother Kali, where do you get the garland of your skull garland when there is no creation? Creation came, that's why you got all these things. But when there is no creation, what was that? And Ramakrishna said that Mother Kali is what? Yes, no shape, no form, no color. We see black because we see from a distance. So these languages are all different. I must not jumble up because it may create confusion again to bring 2-3 philosophies at a time. Unless you are mastered in this philosophy, then with that other philosophy, if it is brought, it may create little confusion many places. But ultimately that is the goal of our understanding, that all scriptures are talking about the same truth. God in different mythological language, all the language of this expression, what is called creation. Now, we are on page 319 and verse number 13. After the example of the ocean, and the same ocean, whether you are touching a small bubble, ripple, foam, or a wave, or a big wave, or tsunami, it is nothing but ocean. It is all consciousness. Consciousness playing with consciousness. That's why Ramakrishna said, why so much of suffering going on? Why so much of destruction? God is sleeping. There is nothing God to do with. Billions and trillions of waves are in the ocean. They are smashing with each other, fighting with each other, subsiding there, again coming out. Who is kind and who is unkind there? The question of kindness, unkindness does not come. Kindness, unkindness, when I think I am separate from that. I am suffering. That's why Ramakrishna said, today's reading probably somewhere. It is said that, God's play. Ramakrishna said, it is God's play. Then this question came, it is God's play, but it is suffering for us. Then Ramakrishna said, who are you? Where is your I? If everything is God, where do you come from? Why are you saying my suffering? You are putting your ego, so you suffer. Take away your ego. It's all fun. So, egolessness, that's why I call spirituality is egolessness. So now, 13th verse on page 319. Bharita aseshadik kunyam, bharita aseshadik kunyam, anantakashanirvaram, anantakashanirvaram, ekang vastu jagat sarvam, ekang vastu jagat sarvam, chinmatrang bari ba umbudhi, chinmatrang bari ba umbudhi, bharito asheshadik kunyam. Fulfilled, Bharita means fulfilled. Ashesha Dikkunyam, all the corners, east, west, north, south, southeast, east, all the different corners. It is filled with that. Ekam, filled with what? We see it is empty. East, west, north, south, we see all empty space. But he is saying it is Bharita Ashesha Dikkunyam. Infinite corners if you can find out, 360 degree if you go like that and break all the angles, no? That means everything you see, view and watch, everything is Ashesha Dikkunyam, Bharita, it is filled with what? Consciousness. Bharito Ashesha Dikkunyam Ananta Akasha Nirvaram Ekam Vastu. Only one object, one subject. And what is the name? Jagat, that you see as Jagat. Sarvam, whatever you see, it is Chinmatram. But it's nothing but consciousness. Nothing but God. Simple language. Nothing but God. That's why Swamiji, when I read first, I was really couldn't, even now I couldn't comprehend. In inspired talks, Swamiji said, I have seen nothing but God all through my life. Neither you have seen God all through your life. I have interacted with God and God alone whole life. There is nothing but God. So how will you interact with any other thing? They are talking about this verse, no? Bharito, it is all, Bharito means it is filled with, punched in. You punch everything in a container, what will happen? Every corner, every bit is all that object, what you are punching there. Huh? Huh?
Really close, Bharita is really close to burrito.
Bharita is filled.
Yeah, and you fill a burrito.
Burrito. Yes, burritos. Burritos are there, you fill in something, no? So it is bharita. Ba and bha. So anyhow, bharita means, suppose you take a jar and pour water into it. Bharita with water, filled with water. So what is saying? Asesha dikkunyam. This asesha means endless, dik, directions, kunyam, the boards, is vastu, the real existence of this substance, eva. Swayam, entire world, the ocean is water only, nothing but water. The entire universe is nothing but consciousness, one without a second, which pervades in all directions, stretches throughout the creepers and plants, omnipresent like infinite space and free from all distinction. There is a song, তুমি নির্মল করো মঙ্গল করে মলিন মর্ম মুছায়ে তব পুণ্য কিরণ দিয়ে যাক মোর মোহ কালিমা ঘুচায়ে মলিন মর্ম মুছায়ে. O Lord, let your grace, blessings, wipe out all this marmo, this dark stain of life, no? আছো অনলে অনিলে চিরনভ নীলে বুধরে সলিলে গহনে আছো বিটোপি লতায় জলদের গায় শশী তারকায় তপনে. O Lord, what is this? This is bhakti. I am singing a song of this Yoga Vasishtha Sara. What audacity, no? Pandits will be giving a good beating to me. Beta, you are reading the Advaita, Super Advaita, and you are bringing all this singing. But see what he is saying. The singing says the same thing. Acho means you are there. Onole, onile. Onol means fire. So you are in the fire. Onile, in the wind. In the wind. You are in the fire. You are in the wind. So you always feel the touch of wind. Oh, today is hot. Oh, it is scorching. It is feeling the touch. Onol onil. Acho onole onile. Chiro navonile. Look at the sky. Blue sky. You are there. You are here. You are in the fire. Onole onile, in the water. Onole onile chiro navonile. Budhare. I am walking on the ground. Earth. This is a Budhar. Budhare solile. Solil means the water. Gahan is a deep forest. Gahane. Acho bitopi latai. In the big tree, big banyan tree, giant trees. What is the giant trees?
Redwood?
Redwood. You are there. Big giant tree. And small tiny creeper. Anale anile chiro navonile budharo solile gahane. Acho bitopi latai jalodero gai. In the cloud. You are there in the cloud. Jalodero gai. Shoshi. In the moon. Tapon. Sun. Taroka. Stars. So where you are not? But what my foolishness? I mean, Nayone Vashono Badiya. I have taken a veil of ignorance and tied like this. Adhare morigo kadiya. Oh, I am dark, I am dark, I am dark. Oh God, who is there? Come and help me. I am crying, I am dying. Oh, I am gone. What nonsense you are talking? Take out the veil. See God. Everywhere is the presence of the divine. It is all Satchidananda consciousness. See, it is the see the what type of level these the poets they have experienced, or they are trying to experience the same reality in the languages, in the Vasishtha language, philosophical language, and see the experience of mystics, how they feel that. Everything is permeated and pervaded by one consciousness. And you are touching that, you are sleeping with it, you are fighting with it, you are getting depressed, you are getting uplifted, all your interaction is happening in that level. What a Maya. That's why it is called Kya Devi Maya. No? What a miracle Maya's play. So what is that? That's Totapuri. He said, Kya Devi Maya. He wanted to have his stomach pain. And he wanted to drown himself in the Ganga. And he went all to the water, and water is never coming up above this. How to drown and die. And he went on the other shore. I was surprised. And came back and said, Kya Devi Maya? It's all Maya. Maya Thagni Ram. This is all play of Maya. So this is the thing to understand. Meditate on this. The ocean is water only, nothing but water. The entire universe is nothing. Think that way. The entire universe is nothing but consciousness. That's why our gurus give us the meditation. Think of the infinite light, all pervaded, as if everything is melted into that light, ocean. We have no idea what is consciousness. But we have the idea of light. When the sun rises, look at the light. The darkness is all gone. It is all pervaded light comes up. And feel that entire, wherever mind goes, it is all nothing but light. All have melted into light. Or you can say consciousness if you have idea to imagine what is consciousness. You can. Otherwise, you can think that the ocean of love, ocean of joy. People are searching for a little dot of joy. Not dot of love. Why dot of love? Infinite ocean of love. Go wherever you touch. Let your mind hit this wall and find it is all joy, all ocean of love. Anywhere you go, any name and form, all melts down. Think. It is nothing but that joy. Satchidananda. So the ocean is the only truth, and the entire universe is nothing but consciousness. one without a second. Consciousness, one without a second. There is nothing but consciousness, which pervades all directions. How that consciousness? It pervades all directions. People say, I cannot meditate. Why to meditate? Meditate this. Let your mind go wherever. You need not have to control the mind. We try to control the mind and put it in one figure. Yes, that's also another process. That's called the yogic process. We do. Vedanta takes both sides. You do yogic practice, you do Vedanta practice. So this is the benefit of this Vedanta. It's not limited anywhere. But see what freedom it is giving. You say, my mind was restless. Why not take this procedure? When your mind is restless, going on 1,000 directions, why not take this philosophy? It is one without a second, that consciousness, nothing but consciousness, ocean of consciousness. Go as much as you can to the stars and galaxies, million, billion, trillion years away, light year away. Go if your mind can go. How much your mind can run? Mind will get tired, die one time. Mind cannot run 300 billion light year. It's a word only I'm talking. What is that distance? Go. Mind runs. Where it will run? How much it will go? Still it will not find. They ain't there. That is the way of spreading the mind and filling it with consciousness. In all directions, stretches throughout the creepers and plants, omnipresent like the infinite space and free from all distinction. In that consciousness there is no distinction. And that is to be meditated upon. So this one verse can be a great help in our spiritual journey. And you take advantage. When your mind is restless, take advantage of this type of thinking. Spread the mind. Okay, mind, go wherever you want to go. But see this. What you are seeing, it is nothing. You are seeing in a distorted figure. The same water you are seeing in this ripple pond. Break that ripple, it is made of consciousness. It is made of Sat Chit Ananda. This is made of Sat Chit Ananda. This is made of Sat Chit Ananda. Go on everywhere. And when mind will be tired, okay, come back. Now that Sat Chit Ananda is my beloved Lord sitting in my heart. Do it. Switch from absolute to Saguna to Nirguna, Nirguna to Saguna. So where is the problem? Why it will not be joyful? Why it will be too much troublesome? Take help of either side. But this book is specifically to focusing on this idea that whatever is there, we are only influenced by the name and form, and it is not the fault of ours. Because you are born here. Your birth gives you the bondage. To be born is a bondage, because when you born, you came with a what you call blank slate, no marking there. And we, before we were growing, before our subconscious mind grows, we have been given the concept. He is mom, he is dad, she's dad, he's dad, she is mom, she is your friend, she is your this, his name is this is nose, this is eyes, ears. Every detail, name and form, are training us with name and form. Some people after coma, when they come back, they forgot all past. Sometimes in medical science now doing, some patients who lost their all memories, and then what they do? They restart like a child, teaching them about making name and form. If you don't keep name and form, you cannot separate one item with the other item. But mind was clean. For the baby, newborn baby, the whole world is the same. All color is the same color. There's no specific perception. And then with this gathering information, we have to say that this falling in this bondage, when we are trained to think that is separate, this is separate, this is separate, this is separate, huh? And then their own sanskaras then grow up, and then it becomes more strong and stable. And then comes our this interaction in the world. I love you, I hate you, I am very happy with you, I am very unhappy with you. All this. And forgetting from the basic concept of our very source, that we are divine, we are Satchidananda. That is totally forgotten. And all interaction going on only in the name and form. So now we have to go back the same way. Name and form go back to the without name and form. We have come out like this trajectory, and now we want to go back home, go back the same trajectory. How to do? By mental meditation, by training our mind that what am I seeing? Yes, I am seeing the name and form. But this name and form is flesh and bone, these are all mind created. But what is actually it is made of consciousness. So that's why rigorous practice is necessary to think that I am not the body, not the mind. Because whenever I see somebody, I see the flesh and bone. I see the reaction, action of the mind. My understanding does not go deeper than that. So that's why I say, by our prayer, Sankaracharya, Mano buddhi ahankara chittani naham nacha srotra juve nacha grana. You cannot reach this point. It seems so easy, but without the preparation of your background, you cannot reach here. Whenever I say I am touching you, I know I am touching another body. No. When I am eating something, I know I am eating something, is tongue touching something gross. But unless we purify our mind day and night, saying so, that it is, the mind has created such stability because of the part of the cosmic Maya or individual Maya added with it. This distraction is going on and it appears to be so real. That's why again and again analyze the waking state condition, analyze the dream state condition, analyze the sleep condition, and see how funny is this existence of our life here. It seems to be so real, but it is so unreal. You cannot believe it. This moment it is so real, but if someone puts me on injection and I go to sleep, this reality, for me, it is no more. All our experience is subjective, is it not? And we are talking about our freedom, bondage, subjective. Who will be free? Tell me. Who is going to be free? I shall get free. Who is I? Who is that I? Is the present I. What is it I? Identifying with my flesh, bone, emotions, intelligence, ego. A bundle of such few things put in one together called Sarvadevananda. So this is the problem. But say it is all created now. You will have another Sarvadevananda in your dream. Or maybe there you may not be thinking that you are a Sarvadevananda. You may be something else. So it is all creation of the mind. Hammer this point day and night, day and night. That's why it is said, spiritual life is the enjoyable life, if one can keep always lifted into that conscious awareness. Hammer, hammer, hammer. That's why Turiyananda Swami, our Vedanta teachers always focus on that. Just don't let go. Day and night, as much as you can. This false identity, it is so real, it has become so real for me. Anything happens, I am in pain, I am in aches and pains. Oh, somebody has said something to me, I get upset, this, that. It is not me. It is an imaginary thing. It is my mind. And mind is creating all this. And mind is there, mind will be not there. In our day-to-day experience, mind is not there at certain point of time. And other time mind is active, one portion active, another total awakening of the mind in this waking state. In the dream state, some some part is not functioning. Senses, this is not taking the help of these senses, eyes, ears, nose. That's why it is little finite level. So this is the analysis we have to do day and night. Now, let us go to the next verse, and then I will, maybe another 5 minutes or 7 minutes I will read, and if you have any question, then I will go, otherwise I will read further. So you can, if you have any question in line with this, it will be more enjoyable, because if I have to digress into another subject, that will be good, but not that good. So better to have a related question in this line, that will, we can go into little inner depth. Now, the difference between Brahman and space. Now the question always happens. The Vedanta gives the example, Brahman is like space. Brahman is like ocean. Ocean, we understand it is limited. That much we know now. Because earth is the earth, and there are ocean, so many oceans. The ocean water is so big, but we know it has its boundaries. No? But Brahman is boundaryless. So the next example they gave ocean, space. Space has no beginning. You see, where is the space beginning? When you have some experience of traveling in a long distance in freeways, there I have seen about maybe 200 miles, 300 miles away. There's nothing but the road going on in between. No? So you see the horizon. Where is the end? Where is the horizon? No, that is the horizon. Go there and you find space has moved. So space is the greatest example, closest example of Atman or Brahman in Vedanta. That's why they refer to the idea of space. And space, why? Space is fine. Finest thing. In space only the sun is moving. In the space only all the planets are rotating. No? In the space only the galaxies and stars and galaxies are there. But space is not finished. So that's why space example is again and again given. So it says the difference between, but still, is space is Brahman? No. Brahman is far beyond, because space is, even you can have some mental image of space. But when you reach Brahman, your mind is dead. The example of that hopping, what you call, that frog. Well, frog of the well. We are all frog of the well. So my mind can go up to one jump, this much. How Brahman is how big? God is how big? From here to California, San Francisco? And that big? So go on till you die. The frog should have to die. Ego is to die. So space example is given, but mind, space is not Brahman. That's the finest expression of Brahman is space, but it is beyond space. So, Nirangshatvat Vibhutvat Cha 14, page 319. Nirangshatvat Vibhutvat Cha Tatha Anashvara Bhavata Tatha Anashvara Bhavata Brahma Vyamno Brahmnyor Narvedasti Na Vedasti Brahma Vyamno Narvedasti কি বলেছে ব্রহ্মা বিভূত্যাচ্যতনস ব্রহ্ম ব্যোম্ন ভেদ ন অস্তি হ্যাঁ ব্রহ্ম ব্যোম্ন ভেদ ন অস্তি চৈতন্যং ব্রহ্মণোধিকম চৈতন্যং brahmanodhikam. So Brahman is what? What is the equal with Brahman and space? They says nirangshatvat, because there is no part. You cannot make a division in the space. Brahman is also, you cannot make a division in it. It is homogeneous one. You cannot break the space. You can say my room space, but you have not broken the space. Space has interpenetrated through the wall. You cannot stop space. Hey, space, you cannot enter here. You can stop the air not to go there. Air tight wall, you can prepare that. But space you cannot stop. So nirangshatvat, because it is no angsha, part. So in that case, partless. Brahman and space as partless. That's why example is given. And vibhutvat. Why it is vibhu? It's everywhere. Space is everywhere. To holy place, to unholy place, to the ground, deep down in the middle of the earth, or opposite side of the earth. If you go down, penetrate the earth and go to the other region, nether region, it is the same space, continuous. So it is first condition, partlessness, nirangshatvat. Second, vibhutvat. It is all pervasive. Cha. Tatha, similarly, because of anaswara, that means nashara means which gets destroyed. Space cannot be burned by fire. Can anyone burn so many thousands of acres of bonfire? Is it burning the space? Space cannot be touched. Though it is happening in the space, space remains untouched. See the beauty, that is closeness to Vedanta example. Brahman is beginningless, endless. So, first one, nirangsha, no angsha, part, no part of it, partless. Then vibhu, it is all pervaded. Not that it is here and not there. It's all pervaded. That's why the similarity. Tatha, similarly, of anaswara, imperishable nature. You cannot burn it, you cannot kill it, you cannot destroy this space. There osti na Veda, there is no difference in this space and Brahman. Brahman and Boma. But there is one. One difference is that to Chaitanyam is adhikam. In Brahman, what is there? All pervasiveness, everything is there. But it is additionally, it has consciousness. It has the blissfulness, consciousness, reality. So, three ideas are common with space and consciousness, but one extra is that for the Brahman, which is the specialist Chaitanyam, Adhikam. In addition, this is the additional thing which space does not have. That is it, Brahman have. Brahman have that consciousness where the space does not have. Brahmanaha. So there is no difference between Brahman and space from the standpoint of the partless, all-pervasive, and imperishable nature. Three things are common. And however, consciousness is the additional in Brahman. So remember, even sometimes we discuss 5 elements, no? The whole universe is made of 5 elements. What are they? Air, water, fire, earth and space. Among that, space is the finest one. So sometimes we equate, Brahman is like space. We say so. But Brahman cannot be space. Maybe 3 things are equal, is all-pervadedness, imperishable nature, and partless. These 3 characteristics are same for Brahman as also for the space. But what is in Brahman special? It is the conscious or Satchidananda. Here is blankness and there is fullness. Space is blank, but consciousness is full, charged with bharita, as you have just read, that is filled with that consciousness. So, the imperishable nature of space is secondary, no absolute. Since in comparison to other material objects, it lingers long, that's why space is relatively called imperishable. Why you call space imperishable? It is because it lasts long. In reality, Brahman alone is imperishable. There is nothing imperishable. Everything, because when creation is not there, no waves are there, so no fine energy to work or gross energy to work. This question does not come. Akasha is the fine energy. Swami Vivekananda says this whole world is nothing but Akasha and Prana. Prana and Akasha. Akasha is the space in which the Prana, the energy, works. So that gives the creation. Brahman is consciousness. Being inanimate, space does not have that consciousness. Okay, is there any much question? Otherwise, I can finish it with anything has come? Okay, good. So, we are going with other things. Further explanation is this. Adhyatma Ramayana, they are quoting, Swami has quoted here, that Shukasya Dukkhasya Nakopi Data Paro Dadati iti Kubuddhiresha Ahankaram iti Vrithabhimana Karmakya Sutra Gratito Hiloke. No other gives any happiness to anyone or misery. The idea that other causes misery and happiness is utterly false. It is futile to have the pride of doership like, I am doing something. Every created being is strung with the thread of their own karmas. And this is a great philosophy for our day-to-day living also. I say, oh, he is creating trouble for me. He is so bad that he is all doing in silence and doing this and that. Don't say that. Sukhasya, dukkhasya va, for your happiness, for your misery, your karma. You have created your karma. You are feeling that way, your mind is thinking like that. No kopi na data. No one gives you joy. No one can give you joy. No one can give you suffering. Sukhasya, dukkhasya, kopi na data. No one can give you either pleasure or pain. Paro dadati, if you think that other person gave me happiness or other person is the cause of my suffering, the kubuddhi resha, this is a bad buddhi. Your buddhi is polluted, your misconceived buddhi. That's why you think like that. Aham karamiti, because you do, I am doing, therefore all your good karma goes to you, bad karma goes to you. Aham karamiti britha abhimano, this is a false identification. Actually, you don't do anything. It is all God's play going on. In a Vedantic way, in a bhakti way, and Vedantic way, it is all Maya playing its role. Karmakya sutra, and this whole universe is sutra, the thread of karma. All are strung in the thread of karma. Whatever we do, we reap the result. But there may be some physical things come in our ignorant mind. We blame somebody because of that, because of that. Why it is coming to me? Why not to any other person? So, this is one way of finding peace in life also. And taking the responsibility on your own shoulder. In our day-to-day life, we always be happy if I can thrust my frustration on somebody else. Because of that, because he did, because she said, I am very good guy. I am always good guy. No. Why it is coming to you? Why are you reacting like that? Your ego. Get out of your ego. This pew is sitting here so many days. We are saying so many good things, bad things. Is it getting reacted? No. It does not feel like the table. Is it getting fiery sometimes, angry sometimes, depressed sometimes? Nothing. It's only same. Because it has no ego identity. We should not be like that table or piece of floor. But we should be conscious inside, at the same time detached. It is not me. It's my karma is bringing. That's why you look at the life of great saints. They think, whatever suffering, we are reading Hari Maharaj's letter, Turiyananda letter. Everything happening, it is what God wants, it is happening. You are not doing anything. You are thinking, that's your ignorance. Ayameva hite bandho. This is your bondage you are thinking, that you do something and you are big guy. and you can do this, you have no power. You can raise your hand. In split second it will be gone. Rather, do work. That's why we emphasize Vedanta, emphasize, do your good karma. Think of and good karma, forget good karma. Now Vedanta says, think day and night, I am Atman. That is only karma. All are akarma. All are bad things, bad karma. This is very important point. If we remember whole day, what is good karma? Oh, giving charity is good karma. But best karma is what? I am Atman. This ego is ignorance. I don't care for this ego. I am not body, not mind, not ego, not the senses. I am Atman. That is the best karma. If you say karma, it is karma, is it not? Because you have to think, you have to act, your thought. You are not dull and insentient. Why think of all nonsense thoughts? Why not think day and night? This karma, why not do this karma? Charitable karma, this karma is good. Those who are selfish, those who are selfless, they can think, I am Atman. That's the best karma done in the world. And then you get purified and you have the vision, then your presence will give boosting to thousands. Or even in your absence, your vibration will help people to rise up in their own spirit. So, beautiful ideas, no? Our scriptures are really unparalleled. So, another verse, Asta Makra Gita, it says, Jasya Vimana Moksheyopi Dehopi Mamata Tatha Navagyani Naiva Yogi Kevalang Dukkha Bhagaso. Suppose Jasya Abhimano Mokshopi Dehopi Mamata Dehe. One who has the pride, I am free, yet at the same time whose ego identity remains in the body. Most of Vedanta students do that. I am Atman, but anything happens. I am Atman, but someone looks at me. He looked at me like that. That is the failure. That's why it says, just Abhimano, one who has the pride. In one sense, I am free, I am Atman, I am Brahman. And at the same time, Dehopi Mamata. You have the identity in the body and in the mind. Then what happens? That then he is neither Navagyani, Noiba Yogi. He is neither Gyani, neither Yogi. He is only continues to suffer in different ways due to those ego identification. Dukkha bhak gami. That person will suffer all through the life. So Vedanta student has more responsibility. So we should be very serious. When we say internally, we say, no, it's my failure. I am Atman. I am getting this feeling of suffering and pleasure and pain because I think I am the body. I am the mind. If you don't think, see, my mind, I suffer from my mind. I don't suffer for your mind. When I identify that, you with me, then I suffer. Is not this? See how it works in the whole world. Someone is in hospital, going through tremendous suffering. I have heard that person in the suffering. I say, superficial sympathy we show. No, I don't feel, my heart does not feel pain. But if I know very close friend of mine and he is in hospital, and I will be not sleeping whole night. What has happened to me? Identification. His suffering is coming to me. So it is all we can project, we can withdraw. This power. So long my ego is there, this is the only dukkha. Who is giving dukkha? Your identification. Vedanta says, don't bring anyone. Stupid thought. All your suffering, you are causing their suffering. Dukkha bhag gami. Dukkha bhag asau. You are to suffer because you are deho vimana. So, that's why deho vimane golite. When that ego identity melts down, that is the greatest state. That means that is our struggle. How much spiritually advanced? Who is constantly working on that internally. And nothing can touch that guy. He becomes powerful. Powerful not just the muscle, but powerful inside. Very strong mind. That Swamiji wanted that type of mind. Should be like a thunderbolt, strong like a thunderbolt. Okay? Okay, we end here because time is... Huh? Now 2 questions. So give that.
There's one question over there.
Gun?
It wasn't the moment, that's okay.
Right, people will...
That was more of a comment. When you get scolded,
Hmm.
when you see someone get scolded,
Hmm.
you don't really feel the same way than when
Because
you get
identity,
scolded.
yeah, body identity happens, then you happen. Okay, you say, oh, you can, any scolding can be taken in positive way. Should one give up eating non-veg, drinking alcohol, if we are following the spiritual path? Who says such type of thought? Did I say any time that all spiritual people go and eat and drink and do all nonsense?
What is the question?
No. Who says this? This is not my way. Some question is, should one give up eating non-veg, drinking alcohol if you are following the path? Yes. If you say so, should we? Yes. We should have to. These are all which distracts us from our mind, distracted from God. We have to give up those things. Which helps us to go close to God, we'll have to follow that. It's a simple formula. If we want to be spiritual, what will make me spiritual? That you have to follow. If drinking alcohol can make one go to spiritual, then you drink on. But it has been tested again and again. People are taking drug. Taking drug, they will be spiritual? No. It may get a temporary boosting, but it degenerates your mind sometimes next. If it does for you, go on. Vedanta is so open, it does not say do or don't do. You test yourself which takes you close to God. And if it does not take close to God, give up. That is Vedanta idea, no? Yes. But we cannot say what exactly is to be followed by someone. But general rule is that, yes, spiritual path is a path of purity. So there should be eating, sleeping, behaving, all should be sattika, tamasic, rajasic to sattika. So yes, we should have to work on that first on the basis, foundation of morality and on this foundation of good, noble thoughts in which you have to survive. Eating, also good thing. That food, you have to, Gita suggests, take sattika food, because that will help you to think of God, help you to meditate on God. If some people feels that, okay, with drinking he can think of God, okay, it is good for him, that person. But normally it is opposite. No, it does not help, but rather it makes us more intoxicated and forgetful about God. So, sorry, I think I have understood the question now, and this is the response, that yes, if non-vegetarian and other habits help us take towards God, yes, it is necessary. And in general, we should eat such food which is congenial and makes our body more sattika. Okay? So I think that's the question ends. Anything is there? No. Everyone is the same consciousness, then why do we only like to listen to your lecture and not the interested or trusting to others' teachings? Everyone is the same as consciousness. Everyone is same. God has given everyone the same touch of consciousness. But how much one is manifesting it, how much one is closing that channel to come. It is a question of that God has given each soul, let us remember Swami Vivekananda's words, each soul is potentially divine. Come to the point. There is no less in me and no less in any holy man, no less in the worst guy in the world. Each soul, but to mark the word, potentially divine. They are all divine, potentially. But how to manifest this divinity within? That is the question. As one is trying to manifest this divinity, his progress happens and he manifests more and more and more. Suppose the one lamp is obscured by some covering. If the covering is deep dark, no light comes out. Light is always there on. And now the covering is refined and refined and refined and refined till you come to a glass. If it is glass, you see the light as it is almost. So that's the point. God is everywhere, consciousness is everywhere, but its manifestation is obscured by your clouded mind, clouded intellect, clouded ego. So we have to work on those three levels to purify our even body. Body is to be purified. Body, mind, ego, in every level. Our emotions, all purified, purified, purified. Then more glow, and there we call they are the saintly people who manifest more, greater than others. Okay, we end here. Thank you all. Tomorrow will be gospel class by Swami Sarvadevananda at 7:30 p.m. And Kathopanishad at 10:30. Yeah, as usual, Kathopanishad 10:30. And what else? Nothing. And this Sunday, of course, probably I will be speaking this Sunday. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu.